This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Last game for the Pacers, a loss to the Nets. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match. Well, this is exactly where Rudy Gobert looks to score. The more dangerous he becomes, the closer he gets to the basket.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Gobert. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thanks, David. You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Now, here's Halliburton. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Screened by Siakam. Halliburton with the bucket.
That's the IQ of Tyrese Halliburton in pick-and-roll action. Always understands how to get the defender to bite.
Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, Paul George with the absolute tight handle, able to navigate through traffic. That's ridiculous.
Turner with the screen. Pass to Nembhard. 5 to shoot. They double him with Wallace. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Halliburton for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Outside, George fires the 3. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Pass to Nembhard. Here's Turner. 3-pointer. Good on the triple.
I'll tell you, for a big man with his length, Miles Turner shoots it well from deep. This guy outstanding at spacing the floor.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Halliburton with it. Hart covering. The shot by Turner, no good.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Reed misses. Indiana trailing here. To the paint. Here's Siakam. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Now, this is where the length of Pascal Siakam makes him so hard to stop. Even with contact, he's able to get through or around.
Here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. The Timberwolves making a switch here. And so it's Indiana with it. They trail by 1. Here's Nemhard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nice back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
.40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They set the pick. The offensive rebound. Here's Gobert, and he banks in the layup.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert is going to be terrific on the glass.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Indiana Pacers. It's Turner high post. Again, Indiana.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And he has got such good touch from that medium range area. It's an option they can always go to.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
Right wing. Here's Nesmith. It's a tie game, and in the end, let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
The ultimate glue player, Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember, he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
Here's McConnell. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Here's Toppin. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Minnesota in the lead. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Gobert. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start.
If he's operating in pick and roll, because Rudy Gobert is such a big target, hard to guard him.
Now, here's McConnell. No scoring in this one. To the middle. Jones, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Shoots from 12. That one off the back iron and out. Pacers trailed by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside Mathurin. Floats one. Good D by Barnes. Now the Timberwolves with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Wallace's shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's McConnell. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Toppin throws it down.
Well, the vertical of Obi Toppin on display rises up with ease.
Down low. Gobert can't hit. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Hits it from three-point range. Barnes has got the lead up to 7 now for the Timberwolves. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Big group substitution now for Minnesota.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Siakam. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball, and he makes good on the way up. Siakam's got his second basket of the night.
Man, that is tenacity from Pascal Siakam. He was simply undeterred.
Three-pointer, Lowry. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trailed by 5. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go.
Oh, Paul George, let him hear you with that finish. That is nicely done.
Inside, Siakam. Good D by Barnes. Timberwolves leading by 5. Right side, George. Pass to Lowry. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Timberwolves substitution, number 10.
40 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Clowney. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
We know Paul George, a very capable playmaker, guys. He is brilliant as a passer.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Nesmith. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Nesmith has got himself on the board with 3 there. Outside Lowry. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And so it's Minnesota in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
They set the screen. Here's Morant. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
Already an MVP caliber talent, Morant is all about continuing to get better, as well as competing for titles.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Morant outside. To the inside. To the wing right side. Yep, that one goes. Morant's got 7 points in the game.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
Here's Halliburton. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
The 3 from Morant. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trailed by 4. Here's Neesmith. Clowney pulls it in. Left side, George. Fires from deep. No good on that one.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Siakam misses. To the paint. Turner with the steal. The numbers in their favor. And finished off by Siakam.
Boy, you can see how big this guy plays inside. Siakam, tremendous vertical.
It's Morant with the drive. Pass to Shannon. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Everyone.
Indiana trailing here. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Just 5 on the clock. For the tie, almost, but it rolls out. Now the Timberwolves with it. On the wing, George. Tipped away. Halliburton with the steal. Ahead. Here's Toppin. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And here's Reed. He has yet to score. Here's Halliburton. Ball's knocked loose.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Back to Reed. Can they get it? The rebound by Turner. It's a close game here in Indianapolis. They'll face the Lakers after this. That'll be at home. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The 3 from Morant. Another miss by Minnesota. To the middle. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. It's Jones on the wing. From downtown, good. And McConnell gets the assist. Jones has got it all tied up now for Indiana.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Back to Reed. Latrey connects from three-point range. Reed's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Shepard with the ball. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Mathurin. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Lowry. From deep three-point territory. The rebound by Shepard. Outside Mathurin. Pass to Toppin. Over Hart. And again, it's Indiana converting.
The very definition of a stretch four. Toppin is a knockdown shooter, so vital for the spacing to his basketball team.
Here's George, and the shot is good.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Siakam. Misses the baby hook. Minnesota in the lead. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Paul George's ability to put the ball on the floor and drive it balances out his shooting. So important to have both.
And Turner throws it down.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul. Now Hart, and he dunks it down.
Josh Hart hammering it down. That's a message right there.
Here's Halliburton. And there's the drive. And finished off by Halliburton.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Down low. Here's Nembhard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
This is just an extremely gifted passer. Halliburton's vision is elite.
Back to Morant. No good on the three. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
It's Nembhard on the wing. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Turner for three. Minnesota with the rebound. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. George. Siakam pulls it in. Indiana trailing here. Pass to Nesmith. Halliburton for three. No, it doesn't go. His fourth miss in 8 attempts. And here is Hart. At the elbow, it's George. Takes a three. The rebound by Turner.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Halliburton with it. Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Right, this is the size of Miles Turner because he's so skilled at using it to pick up these fouls.
And it's tied up with that one.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game. Morant
gaining the 4. 59 seconds left in the fourth. Gobert, the screen. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Turner. Second shot opportunity. Out to Morant. To take the lead. Yes!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
To the left wing. Gobert down low. Shoots over Turner. Another miss by Minnesota. And so it's Indiana with it. Nembhard. It's good!
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that about wraps it up.
It's in a matter of time I spent on some in the back of the locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I chew. Like a sneeze, please for them getting cream. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist. No crawling, went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages are foreign. Anything for $1, they tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did it with Mariah. Lil', I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my then what you talking about? Moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented? Flexing on these, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. The captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the men cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new, she don't ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hand on my, cause these, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. You, cause these Philly I bought with me, don't, no joke. No, all I know is when it come to me, I got young. I done did it. Every time I'm in that, I get to throwing 30 G's, but now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let me earn back home, that young be wildin'. We young, we mobbin', like Batman and we're this two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real wood up, real wood up. If you ain't about that game, then shut up. If you dip me in your rats, I get when you touch down in my hood. No, that tour life ain't good. Catch me down in MIA. And that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet. Like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block. Bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces on the same they watch. And I'm the king of my city cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that the same that flop. I'm the same from First Street with them braids that lock. The same that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And he hating it's on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friends turn to your enemies. And when this beef, I turn my enemies. We them, they go for 40, ain't no 10. Hold up, broke, turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't done pretty. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that boy when he first touched that. I'm God.